milestone, guys. We are on episode 10 of the Exties
Hey,
podcast. We need to edit like audio sounds and like clapping in the background, so that's gonna be the clap.
hey.
Again, episode 10. We made it. We're here, and we ain't going nowhere while we at it. Your two favorite hosts of this beautiful podcast. My name is Leek, and that is.
Hey, it's Tay, DJ Eat Fries, what it do, what's good,
So again, we love to start off on a note on positivity, man.
We have a lot of topics today, so we're going to try to get through them, not spend like 20 minutes on each topic, but we're going to try.
Definitely
We're
going to
see
try.
how it works out.
Right, before we dive into that, thank y'all again for subscribing on the YouTube. Y'all are showing our YouTube page a lot of love. A lot of love.
Thank
Y'all are
y'all.
subscribing, liking it, sharing y'all comments. Please continue to do so when y'all watch a shorter video. Leave y'all honest opinion. We love to see it. If you missed a topic,
all of that. We want to
then-
hear your guys' opinions and what y'all think,
Yes,
so let
right.
us
And if y'all
know.
want us to tack on these topics, we'd love to. We'd love to. We're open ears. So keep that pushing. But like you know, the Miss Hostess says Queen Podcast said herself. We try to split all these topics up and get to them. So, first things first that we have for y'all is pretty interesting. If I'm correct, Young Miami's son was in a strip club recently. How old is he? Taylor, you're saying like
I think he's like 10. They were saying 10 is what I was hearing.
10 years old, throwing money on strippers, living his best life at 10 years old.
Living his best life.
As the world would see it, but really on a serious note, that is not okay at all. I'm gonna let the Queen Podcast speak on this, how she feels about it first.
It's just like it's crazy because I feel like the most people who are outraged about it are the same people that usually are outraged about, this type of stuff is Black women and like queer people, gay people are the only ones that are like speaking out as to being like, this is wrong, like this shouldn't be happening, you're sexualizing your child, you're putting them in a not safe situation. And a bunch of men are on the internet like, this is cool, this is like, what men should do. And I feel like that's the weird commentary I've been seeing. I'm just like, well, the weird like dynamic I've been seeing about the whole situation.
Yeah, I think it just made it interesting because it's a woman doing that with her, not doing that with her son, but putting her son in that type of scene at such a young age. I think deep down, people might be like, you're looking into this too deeply, but it's just trying to raise your son, and raising your son in a particular way, if we all know what I'm trying to say behind those lines, to not be a certain way as he gets older. That's what I think she's doing.
And you just want to keep their innocence. Like,
that as well.
Thing is that you don't want to expose your kid to that. Like, your child's innocence is something you want to protect. Like, them not knowing about stuff and them being ignorant about the world. You want them, because the world is like, dangerous and nasty and messed up. So it's just like, you want to keep that stuff away from them as long as possible. And I feel like at 10-year-old, you should be able to have the innocence of not knowing about strip clubs and being in that type of environment.
I think what's more even interesting now that I'm thinking about it and talking about it out loud, that the club promoter and the person that owns the clubs let that 10-year-old even enter that club. I know that it's Young Miami.
She's performing most likely. So
I know, and maybe she's like, I don't have a babysitter, but I doubt it with the money that she has. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I would, it might lose me a lot of money, but I would like Miss Young Miami, you cannot bring this child into the club. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's not. And as a stripper, I'm like, I'm not dancing around that kid. Like, he's 10 years old. I don't care how much money he has in his hand. I'm not throwing whatever I'm throwing in front of that kid's face. I'm assuming, right? Trying to keep it PG, everybody, but y'all know what I'm saying. I don't know, and there's definitely, I think another thing, as all of us, I'm assuming, are on some type of social media, you see videos like that all the time. Not a 10-year-old at a strip club, but like, a 10-year-old getting twerked on, or just something crazy that you see and people are laughing and thinking is cute. There's nothing.
But this is what I was talking about when they was talking about Sexy Red, and they were, outraged that she was at a high school. This kid is 10 years old in a strip club. Like, that's what I mean when I'm talking about, like, they don't care about children. Like, y'all don't really care. Because there's a lot of people on the internet defending this. And she's defending it for the most part, too. She's just like, whatever. Like, this is, I don't know. But then it's also interesting because she was saying that she doesn't want her in her like Jason Lee interview. She was talking about how she doesn't want her daughter to be a city girl, and like she doesn't. So it's the difference for women for your daughter and your son, because your son could just be out here in a strip club, but your daughter can't even be a city girl, which is like what you are and something that you promote to other people. Interesting.
Definitely interesting how, I would never sit there and tell anybody how to raise their kids. I don't have a kid of my own. Even have one no time soon. So I don't know. But all I know, my child, woman, I mean boy or girl, will have their innocence and be a kid as long as they can be a kid
As
for.
long as
Because
possible.
I ain't even hit a strip club. I don't even know the age I went to a strip club, but damn sure wasn't nowhere in my teens or early 20s. Like, I was like,
The one we went and saw Megan was the first time and the only time I've been in the strip club.
we didn't even know it was a strip club. We thought
Yeah.
it was a bar or like a lounge. We didn't even know it was a strip club till they popped out and it was a strip club, all right. But yeah, and even then, I'm like, Jesus, a lot. He's 10. I don't know what he thinking.
For real, for real, for real. Because I was looking around like,
She's like, should we take out money? I'm like, I don't
I'm
know.
like,
They want to keep twerking on
I
our
know, for real.
legs. You end up dancing. You that was anyway. It was fun. It
I
was a
danced
cool
with
night.
the girls. Yeah.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, girl, you cute. I was like, there's a lot going on here. But now, yeah, being 10 in that situation, he's probably not been thinking anything of it. He's probably just like, when he tells his friends, right? What do you say as a 10-year-old talking to your friends? Like, what you do this weekend? Be like, what is this place with grown people and he didn't even know none of this
That's
stuff. He probably,
probably he. I doubt it. Because I don't think he has that. And he knows what's going on at this point.
you think so at 10?
Yes.
Maybe, yeah, maybe the kids this age, yeah, probably age 8 or 9 knows what's going on because it's just in everybody's face. I don't know.
And he knows the lifestyle that his mom lives and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
that's what's going
I seen another video and I see it all the time. Of rappers like the male rappers will like have their sons like dripped out and like all the bust down chains
Wait,
and
also we could talk about the video of freaking what's his name, Blueface asking his son if he's gay because he had, and his son is like, like a child, like at the most like 6, at the most. He looks like he's like 3 years old or something. But he was he had like girls in his crib, and his son wasn't like in that area and was trying to like walk away, and Blueface comes up with him with the camera like, "Are you gay? Are you gay?" Like,
but we know he's a
y'all are
clown.
weird. Like the
He's a clown.
people always want to talk about homosexuality and shit when it's like y'all push heterosexuality on your kids at a very young age, and it's very, very, very weird in society. Like it's very weird.
Right. So that's what Young Miami basically did with that. That's what Boozie's doing with his sons. Clearly, I guess that's what Blueface is doing with his child at, trying to mind his business and probably go play a video game or something
Shit is
and then walk
nasty.
around. And
Like
then
I
putting it on
remember,
camera.
like even as a
Weird.
kid, like I remember people asking me, "Oh, like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend?" And I'm like, I don't even really know what that means, and you're asking me this. Like, why is this so normalized to talk to kids about like relationships and like it's just like for what? It's just very weird the way y'all push heterosexuality on kids. It's very weird. Just let them be kids, and then they are going to whatever they do, they're going to like figure that stuff out. Like, wait till they get older, you can tell them stuff, but it's just like, y'all are very weird. That's my point. And
Yeah, I'm down with the convo because that's some weird, like a 10-year-old in a strip club throwing it on strippers. Like, why they twerk?
asking your child if they're gay because they don't want to sit there with like half naked ass grown women as a child.
I remember telling you and other friends, like, I was around girls at like mid teenage years. I was outside playing football, basketball, ding dong ditch. Like,
It's like I feel like you would find out stuff like, but I feel like for me it was more like older cousins, like it was still like older people, but it wasn't like adults. Like these are adults doing this stuff, and I feel like that's
yeah.
even more weird.
I remember you used
Because
to tell
when you would have your older cousins or something babysitting you, they would be talking and you hear that type of
me. Yeah.
stuff, but it wasn't
I didn't have
adults pushing this type of stuff on there, huh?
I said I didn't have family out here, so that's why it was late for me. I gotta have family and older cousins to like listen to whatever. But I get what you're saying, though. I think it's definitely obviously again weird too. I think it's not even about
Parents, that's just weird.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it's even more weird because I don't even think it's about the child at this point. It's about them trying to uphold this image that their child doesn't become. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be Young Miami. My son's a gay, or vice versa.
And
Other
then
kids
she
may be.
did say that she would like hit her kid or something if he was gay. If she said like,
So that's why she. I mean, they have a
but you want
they
to
are.
sit here and have a whole grown ass woman throw her ass on your kid? That's appropriate.
They just think, you know, very broadly of this. This will make sure my son's not gay. Let me bring him to a strip club.
And that's the problem because that's really what they are doing, and that is
Of course,
very much an issue. And y'all need help.
and even something similar as the Blueface, even not even asking his son that question, just having half naked women in your crib and your son's that damn young, I think is very inappropriate. To be honest, just having him walk about like that.
There is an interview if y'all have time. There is an interview with Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop on the Math Hoffa podcast or something.
Math Hoffa,
But
yeah, 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 yeah. I watch him.
he just talks about his story and about how like he just talks about how his innocence was taken from him, basically like his whole
Yeah,
childhood, about how he went from one place to another and how he was with his grandparents and then going to his mom's house of like her being a pimp basically and having prostitutes and stuff in the house, and hearing his story and just hearing how his innocence was taken, and you could just it's you can see how someone has turned this boy into like this hard man, and it's just like that's what society does to a lot of black boys, and there's no reason for us to do that to them.
and then a lot of this is a different conversation, but a lot of men talking about losing their virginity at a very young age to very older
Yeah,
women.
to grown
Being
women.
being raped is what it really is. But you
And
know,
that's
it is
also
what it
what I'm
is.
talking about. Like with those discussions, the people that bring that up are like black women and gay people. Like it's not black men will bring it up and like try to push you under the rug and act like it was cool. Like I liked it, and it's just like y'all need like I don't want to
They
say
don't
y'all need help,
understand.
but it's just it's
No, they need
sad.
help. They need help. Mental health is one of the biggest things in this country that we all need, especially black people, especially black people. And
Yeah,
I think,
but it's just
you know,
not the cure all because it's just
no, it's not the cure at all. But they just need
yeah.
something because, like, clearly it's just happening way too much. Where we're seeing way too many kids getting, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that is happening. I've been seeing that stuff on Twitter. And just so happy that it's Young Miami, son. But I've been seeing stuff like that. Like men do this all the time, and they don't see anything wrong with it. But like you said, with the women engaged trying to like come out and talk about it because they understand that that's actually wrong. Like
Mhm.
this is abuse in a kind of a way. Like you know what I'm saying. So
It is it's abuse.
yeah.
And
So
it's sad that we live like it's just like that is so normalized. It's just like why is this so normalized? Because I feel like
no
you hear
pleasure.
so many of black boys' stories, and it sounds like that. It sounds like I did like the first time was not something I really wanted to do. I just either just feeling pressure just because you're a boy and you can't say no, so I'm gonna have to do it.
Especially the one that we're gonna. This is the last comment I'm gonna make about this. We can switch up the topic, but at the end of the day, Um, even me speaking on behalf as a man now, Taylor knows some. I think I told you one story about the whole my 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 stepdad and dad that one day. I won't get into details, but it's like something simple as that is hearing men tell you certain things and like trying to put you in a situation that you don't want to like say no or deny them because you might feel a certain way you don't want to be judged. Yeah, y'all parents got to do better when y'all trying to put your kids in this situation because they'll do something just to make you happy or make it seem like okay, like this is what they want, so it should be normal.
Yes.
Because they wouldn't lead me in a wrong direction. Like they wouldn't do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So he probably was in that club, not even having fun, just being there, like, oh, this is my wanted me to be at. So clearly it's okay, and it's not. So there goes that. Because little does she know, you don't know how your son's going to turn out with these little experiences that he's having, to be honest. But we digress, right? Because we try to keep it short and sweet for y'all, but this is a topic that can go into a deep rabbit hole. I'm gonna let you carry the next topic, which is the Jess Hilarious story.
Okay. I okay, so with Jess Hilarious, she made a video in her view defending womanhood and like just defending womanhood against transgender because because a girl came on, a transgender woman came on talking about it was a clip. It wasn't like people were just showing a clip, but her clip was about saying that women don't own periods and that it's not like theirs to keep, which I feel like her whole thing was more talking about what are they, transgender men, so like people that were like physically women or born women. But I'm just like, no, the gatekeeping of a period does not need to be. It doesn't need to be a thing. But I don't. I feel like there could be like I feel like people don't understand what the girl was talking about really. So I feel like she's saying, because I don't feel like if she knew that she was talking about, people that were born women and transgender, like then trans, then like obviously, yeah, they were going to have periods. Like, so I don't understand like there's nothing to really argue about.
Goes back into what you say all the time when we talk. Words mean everything. Be very particular in things that you say. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly, if she, I guess, specified more into detail what she was talking about, this wouldn't be an argument or a conversation because they're still having arguments and conversations about this on Twitter. Actually, um, I don't know why it's being brought up. To be honest, I'm not a woman, so it's hard for me to really speak on it.
My thing is
Um,
like with the whole thing, because there's like a whole transgender panic going on in America, and the whole thing that originally really started this thing is because they are being politically attacked. Like these politicians are making laws and trying to make enemies of them just to like make targets. And when they are making these laws, they are also targeting Black people. Like that's why they're all at the same time they're targeting these schools and their laws about teaching Black history and stuff like that. So they they are becoming more visible because they are under attack. That's the whole thing. So I feel like people want to be like, why they're pushing this in our face and this agenda and blah blah blah. They wouldn't have to do this if these politicians weren't going out their way to make their life a living hell. So that's
and
really where this all begins from.
I think it's very interesting. Goes back to like every episode where I say like people on the internet are weird. Because even if you said a trans woman made that video, the original one, the clip,
Mm-hmm.
Jess or whoever else, yes, can have your opinion, but you don't have to respond to what she said. Leave it alone. Now it's an argument about, like you said, gatekeeping
Because the
period
thing
stuff. So
is, with what's happening is that like there's a lot of Black people that are going into like this conservative like wave. There's a big conservative wave going on, and
no, literally,
there's a lot of money in being a conservative pundit, especially being a Black conservative, being a gay conservative, because then you can even speak against your people and make more. Like it's very financial. Uh, it's very benefits people financially right now. So I see that's what's going on. So I feel like there are like when people like these speak up, it's because they're getting into those pipelines of like conservative talking points. And my thing is when you we can always other a person. Like as Black people, we were the other people. Like there's always people to attack. You can always find
right,
people to attack. You can always
right,
make up reasons for wanting to attack them. Just because you
yeah,
can come up with those reasons doesn't mean that they're valid, doesn't mean that they matter. So you should
no,
like
literally,
what we need to do is just like let people live their life. Like it has
that's what I'm
like it's
saying. Like,
not hurting you. And a lot of y'all people don't because a lot of these conservatives and stuff, y'all live in states where y'all don't even come in contact with these people. So
it's not even that.
what's
I
your
think no,
problem?
everything you're saying is correct. I just get mad when our people they see something and feel the need to like take some type of offense to it and really comment and make it a bigger issue than it is. Like, I feel like half of these things that we talk about can really be avoided and could be left the fuck alone. But people always feel the need like they're talking about me and I need to say something. Like, not necessarily. You really don't. Like, not coming at Jess because again, that's her opinion. She has a platform to speak. And I feel like people choose. This is my thing though. When something like that comes out and you're speaking against that
You're
trans
speaking about
woman,
something that you don't really know about.
correct. And on top of that, when you're saying it in the way I'm assuming, if I could remember the video correctly, she was saying it kind of negatively against that woman, and you already know how it is how people treat transgender people. So you're kind of creating not saying she's purposely doing, but like more hate towards them because of the comments that you made that you didn't need to make towards that person. So it's kind of like here
Like
we go
they are under
again.
attack. Their
That's what I'm
murder rates are
saying.
ridiculous. Their
Literally, so
life
that's what I'm like.
expectancy is shorter. Like just because like they get murdered a lot. Like it's not. They are a vulnerable class, and they need to be protected. Just like you would want someone to protect you. Like, come on, let these people let people live.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, for real, for real. When I seen it, I'm like I was like, let me watch both clips, and I watched them. I'm just like, what are y'all really arguing about? To be honest, y'all not arguing about anything. Like I understand, and maybe the originator of that clip could have been more specific, but even then, guys, I don't think it's something that you need to like attack her
It
for.
was
You know what I'm
no
saying?
need to get on the internet,
It
man.
wasn't. It
Like,
wasn't right. It wasn't a debate. She wasn't asking y'all opinion. She was stating her piece and going about her business. But because
and
she
the
was
thing
trans,
is, because
uh,
then people were coming back at her because what I think they said, like academics made a joke or something saying that they
that's what
like
I'm
that
saying.
Jess Hilarious looks like a man, and it's just
They've been
like,
saying that for years.
and
It's been for
where
years.
they are trying to make it like to make a society where that's not a insult for you. Like that's what they are trying to do. Like
They've been saying that about.
we don't like we live in a construct. Everything that we do has been, everything that we think, everything that we do has been planned out, has been like told to us. Like these are the things that we have to do, and they are breaking a binary. Like that's important for, because we need to think differently. We need to think differently. Like the way that we are stuck in these boxes of just like, oh, this can't happen, we can't do this, we need to think differently. And I think that them being so visible and think and bringing different language, bringing different things to the table, and trying to break us from this one or another way is just like, it's important and it's needed.
Yeah, because you. It's funny. I didn't hear that anything about academics, but they've been saying that to her for years and basically normalizing it, and she just accepts it, and it's not anything normal. And
Because
men
she
have been
said,
doing
I
it.
remember she said that in an interview that someone DM'd her before, like a basketball player or something, as and thought
Thought she
that
was
she
a
was like
man.
transgender.
Yeah, or yeah, correct. And I'm just like, black men have really been doing that to black women for years. When they're not attracted to them, they just,
And
like I think we were talking about it. Oh god,
that's why this is important, because it's just like black women have not been afforded womanhood like at all. Like we're not even like, when we're talking about, oh, I wish that I we didn't fight for to work and stuff, like black women have always worked because we were not women, because we were not considered women. So it's just like this breaking of this binary is good for for all of us. It's not
that is so
a
true.
negative
Because
thing.
I'm thinking about slavery times and how black, yeah, like it was when black women are never looked at as humans, just more just objects.
Yeah.
And it's
Why
just been
it's so
passed down from
normalized to just
slavery.
dehumanize us all the time, and for us to make fun
Literally,
of jokes.
I need us black men to do better. Because when they said that, they brought up like the whole Sierra issue, how they thought she was a man for years and years and years. Whoever started that rumor, and that carried on. People still talk about that. They talk about Serena Williams and her sister because they were more their how their body is constructed, things like that. They had a long list of black women that they did that
Yeah.
to, but it's only again dark skinned women. They don't, you know. But again, that's could be a topic for a whole conversation about.
But not even, because I wouldn't consider Sierra a dark skinned woman, or who are we talking about again?
Well, technically, yeah, not as the same complexion as the
But
Jess and
just being a
the
black woman,
Williams sister.
like you're not.
But just a black woman in general, correct?
Same thing with Megan the Stallion. Like, oh,
They brought
she
her up
was
too, right?
she's taller than Tori, so like she should be able to take that shot. She should be able to, like, it's okay.
Calling her a stallion is very interesting because 5'7" is really not that tall. I don't know where people got that from and carried that on, and this I don't know where the "she looks like a man" ever came from
I
because I've
mean,
never seen
it's
the line.
I think that's a southern like thing,
I
stallion.
guess so. I know, but
But
then yeah, the whole "she looks like a man" thing was pretty interesting too
yeah, they
because
did
I'm
that to
like,
her.
I already told you how yeah, okay, y'all gotta give it up, man. We be just attacking each other for no reason, like for no reason, like for no reason at all, no reason at all.
We can go
It
to the
really
next
gets annoying, y'all. Huh?
I said we can go to the next one.
We are because it's making me tired. I'm tired. Ooh, this I think this is Taylor's. This is gonna be Taylor's favorite topic of this
Oh yeah,
conversation.
the
Doja
Doja.
Cat and the fans. Ooh, I just seen the
Yeah.
tweet about a fan club talking about we might. Go ahead, Taylor. Go ahead.
No, wait, what did the
Taylor, go
fan
ahead.
club say?
Basically, like I think they're saying on her song because I think she's dropping that album while she's about to go on tour, and they're like, "Oh, the song could be for pre-order," and they're like, "Yeah, we'd rather do something else. We're not going to pre-order." After those comments she made, I think we're okay. She'll find out a way to get the AI or somebody else to pre-order the songs. I'm like, aren't y'all a fan club? I'm confused. Like y'all,
No,
the tweet was from a picture of Doja Cat. I'm like, I'm so confused. But Taylor carried on trying to say something he's passionate about. I don't
no,
even know
because
this. Uh,
so the story is that Doja Cat went on Twitter because first of all, her fans were mad at her because of her boyfriend. Like they don't like her boyfriend. They call him a groomer. I don't know what he's done, but they're saying that he's a groomer, that he's
Even though she
done
had
bad
him,
things. Yeah, another white man. So they were attacking her for that, and then she was going just like, I don't like. She was like, I don't like y'all. I don't love y'all. Y'all don't know me. I don't care about y'all opinions on my personal life. Like I don't. I will never care about that. And I feel like she has every right to feel like that. Like y'all, like don't forget that y'all haven't been calling her, that y'all been calling her ugly and bald, and that she's demonic and the Illuminati, and that she's a devil worshiper for like this last year. Like y'all have been attacking her. So what do y'all expect? How do y'all expect a person to react when like they're getting attacked and called all these names on a daily basis? Like y'all act like the whole, and it's funny to me because with Twitter, like people use it like it's either back or forth. Because before it was like, oh, we hate the stands, like the stands need to get a life and blah 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 blah. But now they're like cheering them on because they're unlike standing unstanding her because she's not doing what they want her to do. Basically, it's just like y'all have no right to tell anybody who with how to live their lives, no matter how much y'all freaking buy their music. Like that's their life is not what they're selling you; it's their music. So what do you have no say over their life? Get over it.
this is back to me talking about mental health and how we need it. Because again, um, anytime an artist, and Doja is obviously not the first artist to say, "You guys really don't know me. I don't know y'all. Please stop. I really don't care what you have to say. If you buy the, you buy the show. You buy the show to do what you want with your money." And people take
Girl.
offense to it, like, you know how much times we bought you, and how you talk to us like that. And it's like, y'all decided to, y'all became a fan. Y'all did
Yeah,
these things. Y'all spend y'all
yeah.
money. Y'all
And
not
y'all
understand how
became
crazy.
overly obsessed, and y'all
Y'all not
became all up
understand,
in my business.
right? To let that woman love her white man. Like that is what that is, and the fact that y'all are so obsessed and it's going beyond the music. Like if you critique her music, sure, I guess critique it, but then my critique to you about her music is don't listen to it. You ain't even gotta say nothing. Don't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing. But when y'all get past what y'all always do with every artist known to man, as soon as they come out with or getting a relationship or anything personal goes out into the public world, you're like, oh, this is better than the music. Like
Because
we need
these
to
people,
chime in and like
because you guys make up these imaginary images of these people that you guys do not know. So it's just like no matter how much you imagine they are, they're not going to be that person. Like they're
and
not.
not even that. I feel like people listen to lyrics and like relate. They're like, oh, she's just like me, and like we're the same. We're like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to certain songs, you're like, oh my god, Beyonce brushes her teeth. Yo, me too. Oh my god, I'm upset. Like weird dumb stuff. Like you know what I'm saying? Like oh, like, I don't even know because I sometimes like never mind. I'm not even gonna go off topic. I don't know. Fans are weird now. People are like saying they're not going to purchase her concert ticket. Like, guys, at the end of the day, what we cannot do is to sit here and deny how amazingly talented Doja Cat is. You know what I'm saying?
And they
And
were mad, so they I feel like they started at first getting mad because she was coming at like her old music and saying that it wasn't good and that it was just kind of like a cash grab, and that she wants to make music that she actually likes and feels. And I'm like, this is stuff that artists have been saying forever. Like, what is your
I'm like,
problem?
guys, let's sit here and really like dissect people's music. Not to cut you off. Like her first big thing that was put on the map. She's been making music was "Moo." Guys, that was not a serious song. Or her little poppy song records. If y'all listen to Doja's actual music, you know how good she really is at making music and coming out with a hit. Them things that they're pushing are were radio money cash grab hits. So when she's sitting here critiquing her music and saying, I don't really think that stuff is good. Now y'all gonna come at for her opinion and knowing the stuff that she can put out based on what is already out that y'all think is her, you mean her main hits or whatever. Like y'all
And
feel the
this
same way.
like this song that she recently did, Attention. Like as soon as it comes out, and that's with all of these artists, with Coi Leray, they did the same thing. As soon as they release something, oh, it's a flop because it's not on the charts. It's a flop. Oh, she's in her flop era. Like y'all stands are very weird. Like y'all sit here and look at freaking Billboard and all of this, all these charts, and it's just like, do you even like the music, or are you just trying to do a race on a freaking Billboard chart? Like it's very weird to be sitting here talking about me. I hate how people talk about music now because all the time they're sitting here talking about, oh, this charted, this charted. It's like, do you like the songs? Do you like the lyrics? Do you like the music? Is there anything that you actually like about this music, this artist, or are you just sitting here looking at their charts and trying to make sure that they're beating the other rapper that you don't like?
You know it's funny. And it's not I don't even think people me and you talk about politics all the time, right? How people are not doing their research. People don't do their research for anything. They're not even looking at the top 100 anything. They're going on these outlets like Twitter and Instagram, looking at the shade room posts. Listen to somebody like DJ Academics, like the Coil Ray thing. I remember seeing that on Twitter. You're like, oh, her last blah 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 did like 5,000 sales. Ugh, well, she ain't did no more. And I'm like, and people just seeing
Like
that
who?
and ramping
Why
like,
are you looking at her sales? Like why do you care? You her Are you her A&R? Like what do you care about that
so I'm
for as
saying
a
like so
fan?
these bigger right the Joe Bunnins, the academics, and then these other podcasters and big media outlet people are the ones that come out and put these numbers out and leave it people to us like the consumers to like do what you want, but we know when we're saying that all you're hearing is that joint was ass, and it's like that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I seen that Cool Ray thing and I was just like, I
Like her
mean,
album was out for a week and they're, oh, it's a flop, it's a flop, it's a flop.
and that's another thing
Y'all didn't listen to it. Y'all don't y'all If you're not fans of her, why do y'all care? Like
literally,
if
and
you
I've
why
never. And I'm not even trying to put shade on Coil Ray because she's very talented. She's doing her thing. But I've never sat here and really been on Twitter and seen people like, oh my God, like we love Coil Ray. Like y'all just seen those numbers and were like, oh my God, she's horrible. Like y'all don't even listen to her music. Like y'all know the TikTok trendy, playing in H&M, Coil Ray, like, Apple Bottom, all that stuff. But like I remember seeing those numbers. I've never seen so many Coil Ray haters in my life because I've never seen that many
like
fans of
because
hers.
they come out just to hate. Like y'all come out
That's what
just to
I'm
hate on
saying. That's what
people.
I'm saying.
Like y'all
That's
come
what I'm
out
saying.
as just like just to be mean and to bully people online. So what do you expect when celebrities who be online, and like they have the right to be, because these are young people at the end of the day. Like they grew up
Super
on the
young,
internet
like
stuff
young.
just like us. So to sit here and be like, oh, y'all shouldn't be on the internet, y'all shouldn't be looking, it's just like they're just like us. That's the thing that y'all have to realize. Just like you don't like every person, you're not gonna like every celebrity. Just do, if you like their
Even
art, then like their art and leave it there.
And then even then, it's like, like you said, people go in there to hate. I'm like, people, if there was Dick E in her album, they'd be like, yo, Cold Ray's the hottest. Like, it's whatever the trend is on social media that people gonna ride that
Mm-hmm.
wave and follow what it is. And again, you ain't never listened to one song, don't know what she looked like. She could have been Chinese for all you know. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. You don't know. You're not looking into it. That's another. I do hate all the social media or whatever you want to call them, like I said, academics or Joe Bunners and all these other people that tweet these numbers, like first week sales. Like who the hell? Don't nobody know what the hell you talk first week. What the hell is the first week? What is the first week? Like, you know what I'm saying?
But what
Like
is that supposed to do for us? So I'm supposed to see someone's numbers, see that and even though I
they're
don't listen
high,
to them or anything, I'm supposed to go
right?
listen to them,
Maybe
or
I should go
like
listen
what
to
is
them
that
now.
supposed to do?
Because I know that I don't know because I never look at it and think I should go listen to them. If I like the artist, because people think that new ASAP Rocky song is trash. I'm like, that song is lit. I love
I
it.
always listen to
I love
ASAP
it.
Rocky, and I don't ever see him charting or anything like.
Never. Remember they thought testing was garbage. I love that album. Testing was fire. Y'all ain't much finna tell me. Y'all stupid. Man, y'all are crazy. To
It's
Pimp a
so
Butterfly
weird.
was weird. Right. Remember that To Pimp a Butterfly came out? Like, oh, this is Kendrick's. This is trash. This is jazz music. That joint was fire. Y'all are dumb. Like, so no. But everybody just wanted to ride the wave. Um, Doja, Keep Being You. I have no comment when it comes to your white man. Clearly you're obsessed with them. Do
Doja's
you?
been a weirdo. Y'all been mean to her already. Y'all already tried to cancel her for basically the same thing. So it's just get a life.
But even right, and then I hate even talking about her outside. What was that like to the chat room racist? Like, all right, that has nothing to do with her music. Unless she's doing racist
She
stuff in
has
her videos.
She has a white mom, so like, what do you
Right.
expect?
Like that's right. No, literally. Like guys, y'all done threw that black card on her heavy. Y'all threw that thing on her heavy. Y'all painted her black, like real bad. Like why y'all so like confused on why she's with this white man? Like she's white. Like, you ain't never see her with a black man. Not in no videos. You ain't see nothing. Y'all giving very much so like come
In
to our
celebrity,
side. Like
in celebrity, people are regular. Y'all need to let that shit go.
right. And when y'all find out they like to do things that are not of your comfortability, I'll label them in all these different things. Like
Cause
that
like no,
demonic
I
stuff is
remember the first
crazy.
time when I was like, oh, the internet, y'all are crazy. That was like when I was younger, cause it was I the whole Harry Styles. What's that group? One Direction. Um, they were there was a picture of something of Harry Styles like smoking a cigarette, and his fans were like, "Oh my God, you're ruining your health! I can't believe you're doing this. You're a what are they? An inspiration or a role model, so you can't be doing this and blah blah blah." And I was just like, y'all really remind me of like, remember like back in the day when the PTA moms would like send and write letters for anything that they didn't like that's what this shit reminds me of. And I'm just like, what is wrong with
I
y'all?
think it's very interesting because look, this is what makes me mad, right? When y'all say these things to role models, if you're not a parent with a kid, then who are you talking about? Because you're not talking about those other people. You can't talk for nobody but yourself. And there goes another delusional mental illness that y'all got going on. Y'all saying these things. Y'all will be like 19 telling them people look up to you, know that? Hey yo, what? Like you're a
Like,
child. What are you talking about? Unless you're
and
talking
I
about your
don't when
kid
I
that you
think
know that.
about it with like celebrities and if they inspire me to do anything, I'm just like, if anything, they make me feel more comfortable in things that I already do. Like if because I remember with Rihanna, like she smoked, and I was like, "That's a bad bitch." I also smoke. That's
I
dope.
remember like
like
you were like, oh my
like
god,
that
she's
type of
better.
stuff.
I was
Like it's
like,
something that I already do. It's not something that I
right,
see and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that because they're doing it."
right. But
But
there's a lot of people that probably started smoking weed when they see Rihanna smoking weed. Like, oh my god, she's doing that. It's crazy nonsense. We up for that. We up for that topic, y'all. Y'all gonna continue being weird with Doja, Nicki, Annie, and everybody. Y'all gonna keep being weird, even with the men sometimes. And it's not. It don't even be men. It's always women, y'all. It's always women. I don't even see
it's so
these.
catty. It's so catty. It's
Yeah,
so
right. Attacking
unnecessary.
that woman like y'all not. Y'all still gonna bump her music like. Attention wasn't on the radio. That song is fire. She ripped that song. You better go
And
ahead
that's what they were coming at
rap
that
that
song. They're
song.
like, "Oh, you're trying to be like Kendrick. You're trying to be like Erica Badu." And I'm just like, "What is y'all
What, hold on,
problem?"
not
So
even that. What is wrong with being a Kendrick or an Erica
I'm
Badu?
like,
I
Kendrick is
want to
like
be
one
like,
of the best rappers. What are y'all talking about? I'm like,
I want to go
also
sing
other
like Erica
fans,
Badu.
I hate how fans will try to talk for like the whole fandom. Because even with the Doja Cat, I want to hear her rap. Like, I don't want to hear her pop stuff. Like, I wasn't a fan of the pop. Like, when the one song I loved was her with Tia, Tamara, and Rico Nasty when they did Tia and Tamara. Like, that was a rap song. I don't like her pop songs. And they were doing the same thing with Nicki. They're like, oh, I want her to do the pop stuff. I want her to be animated. I'm like, no, Red Ruby the Sleaze, Chung Lee. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, so other fans want different stuff. So don't be sitting here trying to tell people that they need to only do this. Like, no, they can do different
I've
stuff.
never seen anybody say Nikki go back to that pop stuff, and whoever is saying that
No,
y'all
I
need to
seen
get off
no.
of the
Yeah,
coke.
like
Y'all are crazy. That
no,
era
thank
was
you.
trash. I know I'm sounding like a hater. I love Nicki Minaj and everything that she does. It wasn't my taste of music. I would never sit and hate and say anything is trash or call
I
anybody
mean, she
ugly or
pioneered the
trash.
way because now all the girls have to have a pop era.
And we all know Doja, Nicki, Kendrick, or maybe after on a Taylor Swift song. These are cash grabs to get you onto their market and bring fans over. It's for money. You got paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler, like you know what I mean? Like all y'all, you know what I mean? Like this is for the money. We all know that. Whatchamacallit. We all know that it's for the money. So y'all's telling Doja you're not Kendrick is crazy. If y'all are black and tell a Doja she's not Kendrick, it's wild. You would want her to be that fire. What are you
For real,
talking
for
about?
real. Like Kendrick is
Like,
the
I
goat. What
want
do
her
you
to
mean?
rap like Kendrick. Right, you bet. Right, when Summer Walker sang like Erica Badu, I almost cried in my car. I was excited. You better sing that soulful stuff.
Right?
Anyway, that was our celebrity story rants. We about to finna get into our favorites.
Celebrity wrapped up.
Celebrity roundup. There you go. Celebrity nonsense. Now we're about to get into our political stuff, everybody. So exciting. I want to carry this story. We're going to do the Jason Lee one next. I want to do this one first. Hey, yo, Mitch. Okay, y'all seen the video of Mitch McConnell. Um, I don't know what y'all seen the video. I don't know what exactly happened. He's doing a press conference. Mid sentence, my man literally shut down. Somebody plugged out his cord in his back, and he was done for. The batteries died. He couldn't move. His security guard literally like, "Mitch, you okay? Mitch, you want to continue? Mitch, are you done?" Mitch was like, "All right, take Mitch off the stage, guys." Mitch didn't know what the hell was going on in the middle of a sentence. A sentence. Y'all ever been talking to somebody and shut down and can't talk? I answer for that.
Oh,
No,
that's
because we're
Chris.
not 80,000 years old talking about anything of importance. When you're that old, you're supposed to be sitting there and just enjoying your time that you spent on Earth. I got that man talking about hardcore politics in front of cameras at
Hardcore.
90,000 years old. Whatever, Taylor. He's the head of the Republican. I'm not going to go into
He
it. He's head
literally
of the.
is though. Like
No,
it's
he is. He
ridiculous.
is. And then, like seeing that, I felt bad, not for him because he's evil, but just seeing an older person, just like you're not supposed to be there. Like
That's like
you're not
literally all
supposed to be
Congress
there.
is a nursing home. Our whole Congress is a nursing
Literally,
home.
bro, like they had to walk that, like hold him his back and his arm, and literally walk him out of that room
So
because he didn't
they
know what.
said that he has been walking with a wheelchair, like in Congress. So he's not really supposed to be probably even standing up, honestly.
Not to be bedridden. He looked like he had a stroke on stage. Oh my god, that looked like a stroke. He looked like he had a stroke. I've never seen. Yes, everybody, we're gonna.
No, what's scary to me is like I said, I told you with the Charles guy that was the head of London or England or whatever, and that
Oh
man
my
was walking
god,
around looking like a freaking corpse. That man was like in his 90, like late 90s, like he was
guys,
old as hell, and they still had this man walking around, and they will
he
do
looked
that to
like
these people in Congress,
he looked like SpongeBob off the Suds episode. I don't know if you remember the Suds
bro.
episode when he was gray and pale, and like dried up. I know exactly who she talking
Like the
about. Yeah, I remember
Flying Dutchman.
guys, the flying. You heard what she just said. On top of that, like y'all know y'all got these people old. Remember we all remember Mr. Joe himself, president, when he fell off the park bike. Like, can y'all please get these people into their bed like they're supposed to be? We didn't ask to see him golfing. We don't care if he's being youthful. When you're 80, you don't need to be youthful anything. You need a driver, a motherfucker to push your wheelchair, a walker, and a cane. Somebody to feed you. Like, ain't nobody asking to see if you still young again. That man had a stroke on stage down there. Like,
It
what are we doing here? Like, but
Biden, McConnell, and also what was her name? For freak, I forgot her name. Feinstein, Diane
oh
Feinstein.
my god,
She's
yes.
also they. She recently came out the hospital, and her people, like her cabinet or whatever, came out talking about how they were hiding her basically because they don't want like the public to see how bad she's gotten and how they have been having to like take control of everything. And then they had a video of her when she was supposed to put a vote in for something, and then she starts like explaining her vote when she was just supposed to say like A or whatever to say yes. But I'm just like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We should not let these people be running our country and running our lives. Do we see what's going on? Do we see how bad it's getting? It? Do you guys not see like the struggle? And we're sitting here dealing with these people who don't even know where they're at half of the time. This is a problem.
Guys, again, when y'all are making your votes, please look at the people that are running. Please look at their age and please watch them speak. I know it sounds like, what do you mean? Like, go watch an interview by them or just them talk. Like, if they're not capable of holding a sense
And
together,
what pisses me off, and what really pisses me off, is that like the whole time when Bernie was running, they kept using his age against him, and he is still up there completely with his whole mind and holding people accountable at freaking pharmacy companies. But we sit here with Joe Biden who doesn't know where he's at.
and I'm not even trying to be
And
funny. Y'all have not
this
seen.
and that's and it's a joke because the whole age and stuff is like, oh, because what if they're mentally declining and what if this and what if that, and we're literally dealing with that right now, and y'all are not saying anything. Y'all would rather ignore it and act like it's not happening so y'all can have another Democratic president for another 4 years who's not going to do anything.
Right, and it's not even like it's like your regular congressman. It's like the top people in politics that are declining that you have on the forefront of this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
And
guys. When y'all
it's
see things,
really our laziness that keeps us here, because people keep just voting for the same people because they don't want to look and research any other person. They're just like, I'll vote for the same person who's been here forever, even
like, they
though
nobody,
I'm
they
not
don't even
happy
care.
with
They
the work
don't
that they've done.
care. They've done such a good job with brainwashing us and believing that nothing's ever going to come out of this country, nothing's ever going to change, nothing can change. We're all broke. They just think America, because America's like, we're in so much. Remember when we were a kid, they'd be like, America's $10 billion in debt. We can't do any. Remember that? You're like,
Mm-hmm.
guess we can't do anything. But then y'all don't see these little stories when they send Ukraine $100 trillion to
No problem.
build whatever.
That's what
Like,
the
where y'all
vote.
get that money from?
That vote was to give like another eight, like
Wait,
billion
which
or some
one? Which
the
one?
freaking defense department, the one that Feinstein was voting on, was to give like to vote for another extension of the freaking
They got
military.
something on America. They got something on America. Something about oil or something. Because ain't no way we giving them that much.
I'm not
Guys,
saying it was
listen
to
to that
another
again.
country, just for the military, and that's
Um, um,
that's where all of our money goes. We're just literally taxpayers for the fucking military, because that's all. That's the only thing that we care about.
and Lord knows what the military is doing right now because we don't know. Which is
Displacing
funny. Wait, wait.
people, ruining
That
governments
you.
all over the freaking world.
That's funny that you said that it goes to the government and like the military. Cause I got know a couple people in the military that are broke. They don't got no money. So where are y'all? This ain't going to no military. I don't know
Those
where.
are the people that are making the tanks, and that all these companies that are making
That
this
no one's
stuff. Like
driving
we just buy
and no one's
it, we
using
just buy all their stuff and give them all of our money and just let
that no
all of our
one's
stuff
using
sit there.
that no one's using.
And
Like
again, the military has not been able to pass a like a budget, what is it called, when you have to like say everything that you spend all your money on. They have not been able to account for all of
okay,
the
I know what
money
you
that
mean.
they spend. They
Of
lose
course they can't.
billions like every year. They have not been an audit. They haven't been able to pass an audit since
They will
like
never.
inception, basically.
They will never. Never.
So all of our tax
Never.
money goes to this program that we also don't know where the money is at, but we can't help
Never.
healthcare because we can't afford it, right?
We can't have anything. It's not student loans, not
But the
healthcare,
PPP loans for
school.
the rich people was no problem to forgive,
They
right?
brought that right up on Twitter. I'm like, how, I think it was Nina Turner. I think said it. That y'all cleared them those PPP loans so quick, but y'all can't,
No problem.
wipe out,
No
college
problem.
loans. But we digress. We know what y'all doing. Y'all playing in our face. Y'all can continue doing it because why? Because we don't take ourselves serious enough to make a change in the country. So if we don't take ourselves serious and they know that we don't, why would they give a fuck? They're gonna keep throwing half alive people on that stage to say nothing, to do nothing, and to keep controlling and running our country into whatever they want to. Keep putting money in their pockets, keep making themselves rich, passing from family to family,
Disgusting. Our
keeping it on the
country is
surface.
disgusting.
What we're saying is, guys, please look at these ages. The Maryann Williamson's out there, young and vibrant, on the Breakfast Club, having great conversation. Everywhere else, ain't nobody tripping, falling off of bikes, tripping on the walk up to the plane, falling down the plane, mid-stroke and conversations. That fine scene when she was talking about, look, half her face looked like it was melted off. The one side of her face looked like it was melted off, and she was in a wheelchair. And I was like, where are y'all taking this woman? Because it's not to retire and go home to her family. I don't know where y'all pushing her
It's
to.
just like, do we even, does anyone care about them? Like, does they not have family? Like, if this was
I
your
literally
grandparents,
felt
would you want them to be doing this stuff? Like,
Tay, I felt bad for Mitch, and Mitch is he's probably the most evil person in politics that,
evil.
that we know in the forefront. Evil.
I don't feel bad for him. I hope he gets out of the
Yeah,
fucking. I hope he gets out.
correct. He everything he got coming to him he deserves, basically. But, just to see an old person like, bro, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're all for him though, because that's what he get. Anyway,
Somebody get their
talk about
grandparents.
hey, come get your granddaddy off the stage,
Yeah,
please.
it's like,
We're freezing up, but where's family at? Guy. All right, you gonna do the Jason Lee interview?
yeah. So there was a Jason Lee interview with this is like my personal vendetta that I have with Yvette Nicole Brown. because she was very like pro Biden and pro, Joe Biden, and everyone needs to vote for Biden during both elections when Bernie was running. And
Mm.
now she's sitting on Jason Lee's show with two other actors. I mean, no, it's a writer and an actor, and she's talking about, people can't afford healthcare, and we need higher wages, which of course. But I'm just like, so did you not care about this when the year was election and there was someone who was actually fighting for healthcare for everyone and higher wages? Like the disconnect of like, this is the reality that you live the reality of, I can't afford healthcare, or my healthcare that I have doesn't cover the stuff that I need, or I just don't want to be paying this bill for like no freaking reason. And it's just, when someone is sitting here telling you that I want to help you with that, y'all sit here and spit in his face. I will never understand the disconnect of you
Twice.
living a reality where you know that you don't like this, but also reinforcing and voting for people that will not help you with this. Because Joe Biden was very adamant on being, I'm not going to sign Medicare for all. I'm not fighting for it. I don't care about that. That's not my issue. And even an issue that he did say he was going to fight for, student for the student relief, didn't couldn't do that, because there is a way that he could actually do that, but he did it in the most difficult way, because that's what the Democrats do. They like to half-ass everything. So that just pissed me off, because I'm just sitting here like, I know the lady who was sitting, because she was on the View, and the View is very much propaganda for the Democrats and Republicans to just spew their talking points, and to make sure that the American people in the middle class know how to argue and put politics, because those women up there don't know what the hell they're talking about. They literally don't know what the hell they're talking about, know nothing about politics, but they sit there and tell everyone that, yo, no, we don't need health care. We just need to vote for Joe Biden and be a centrist. That does not help you. But now they're sitting here, the actors need health care. We need help. We've been needed health care. And they were saying, she was talking about, oh, they're coming after us, but they're going to come after you next. They already came for us, honey bun. What do you mean? Like, we already been struggling. We already know. What are you talking about?
They're in these people pockets so deep. Speak. You said Yvette was her name. Yvette
Yvette
Brown.
Nicole Brown.
Yeah. To make that statement and act like blatantly that Bernie Sanders wasn't literally only politics that he had and only strategies and things he was trying to do was only to help us, everybody. Only thing. There's nothing negative about anything he went on that stage and never said and debated for twice. He didn't run once. He ran twice. Yeah, y'all seen what he did, especially you.
And they came out with
See,
fucking pitchforks. Like, the Democratic Party came out to freaking, and they're doing the same thing with Maryann Williamson. That's another thing, because I wanted to tell, like, people need to know about Maryann Williamson being cut off from. There's a voter file that she's not being able to get in, I think, South Carolina, because she, as a person that's running for president, she's supposed to be able to get access to it. They told her that she has to pay like $200,000. She paid it. They still have not given her the files. That is anti-democracy. That's the party that's supposed to be, we're so for democracy. They're literally trying to hide candidates from you. And with the she was trying to do like a meeting with the Democrats, like high school Democrats, and they won't let her do that. They won't let her have access to that, because they don't want young people to know her message, because her message would work with them, because they're not so jaded and brainwashed by TV and telling them, the people who just tell them what to do.
I think it's
So,
getting worse and worse. You know why it's getting worse and worse to me? Bernie really put like a scare into the system. I feel like
and
that's
he was close to winning. He was close to winning
this is why
multiple
they're so
times.
scared. Too. This is why they're so scared. You remember the first time he ran, or 2016, right? The first time it was
Mhm.
for. I think me and you were talking about how he was sweeping. It was a clean sweep. They were out of there, and how everybody joined forces. Like no one wanted to drop out that race, but they joined forces to join Hillary's team for her to get steamrolled.
That's what they
And
do.
but Bernie was. I remember it was about to be the last convention landslide. Bernie got it. Bernie won. I remember I was like, oh, Bernie about to go, and why we watched that thing just crumble, crumble.
And that's why, and they don't even, they're just like, we don't even want the chance of the American people getting a politician that actually fucking cares about them. Like, hell no.
Nope.
So what we're going to
Case
do
on.
is just make sure no one knows, and we just keep them hidden, and, you know, F democracy. What is that?
That's why they're like debates. Oh, we ain't finna have another Bernie
And it's,
situation.
and
Oh,
it's not even if you like her or not. It's the fact that your party does not want you to see other candidates, and that's a problem. That is not democracy. That's not how
true.
the system is supposed to work. And the fact that the people on TV, like these news stations, won't have her on a lot of these shows, and they control basically who people get to see, who to vote for, and they're not going to do a debate. So it's just, this is
They know
not,
what they're doing.
this is not democracy. This is literally
Whoever
just
they,
an oligarchy. Like, what is this? This is just the people
whoever
in
they
power
shoving
putting in who they want to put in power.
right. Whoever they shove in your face is who y'all gonna believe is only running in.
Because if you
Still,
don't like this candidate, whatever candidate that you might like, they can do this to them.
right. Because even that Maryann Williamson, was that from Secular Talk? You heard about that?
Yeah.
Because it's not on Twitter. They even hide shit
No,
on Twitter. I swear to you, sometimes they don't put that shit on Twitter. You got to go
no.
follow these people and look about the particular people that are progressive, people that are working that will talk about that. I didn't even see that story not one time. I barely see her on my timeline. Everybody else, the Joes, the Trumps, the whoever else, oh yeah, they on my timeline. But no, they're hiding. They're
The
hiding her.
people that are
Even
part of the club.
yeah, they're hiding her. Even the candidate that's running, even though he's not, nobody's talking about him at all. But I don't see his name out for anything. All I know is that he's related to him. He ain't saying nothing else. You don't know nothing else about this man.
Because they don't
They don't
want
want
them
you
to
to know that
know.
anybody, nothing. I'm surprised they're not even putting him out there a little bit. Like, all right, let the little Kennedy, whatever, put him in the. Maryann Williamson is a legit threat. A threat. But
Yes.
I mean, as an American people, as y'all, they're just showing the decline of Joe Biden. I feel like that should be enough for y'all to be like, who else is running? Because this ain't it. I mean, just to
And
show
it
his
has
decline.
been. The thing is, people do want other options, and that, like, the party doesn't want you to see the other options.
So people gotta do their own research. It's not gonna take y'all that long, guys. Just
Like,
listen to one or two of her interviews.
The DNC needs to, like, be dismantled, and needs new leadership. It needs something, because those people
It
are
does,
freaking insane
but even then, that's
and corrupt.
right. Because then I think that makes it the worst with the DNC. Like you said, obviously they're all the same. Republicans and Democrats are the same guys. I think it's the worst about the Democrats. I think when you talk about all the time is that the lying that they do to the American people to make it seem like they care. But everybody's in your pocket just like the Republicans. The difference between y'all and them, they don't care about how you feel about what they say. That's what they feel like, and that's what that is.
Like, we are dealing with fascists. We are dealing with a Republican Party that is ready to take us back decades fast. So we cannot deal with people who want to just keep everything the same and do little bitty changes, because these little bitty changes are not enough. And these little bitty changes, when the Republican Party is pushing us all the way to the right, is not enough. And that's why we are in the situation that we are now. Like, hello, we've been dealing with Democrats who do nothing for the last like 20 freaking years. And for constantly, we have been going to the right. Our policy and everything has been going to the right. We cannot deal with incrementalism. It's not enough.
Another thing I wanted to say quick, I was telling you about this yesterday, and the stories brought back up. Me and Taylor are sitting there talking about the main election, about who's going to run for president. Y'all and wherever y'all selective states, please need to run for the people that are in y'all states, please, because this shit is crazy. That Texas thing I told you about with I think it's like 28 high schools in Texas are changing their libraries into those detention centers or whatever for like disciplinary kids in the high schools. I'm like, y'all keep pushing me on to I don't want to have a kid. What do you mean the library is going to be a disciplinary setting for bad kids in school? That's like there's no more in school suspension. They're gonna go to the
Again, y'all don't
disciplinary.
care about kids. Again, our society does not care about kids. And that's another reason why I would not have kids in this society. For what?
Literally, I seen that and I'm like, so you're telling me from now on, but this is Texas, but there's a lot of these southern states is real racist. They probably just
No,
gonna follow
it
suit.
happens in one state, and then all the other red states start doing it. Like, that's
And Texas
literally
is a
what
pretty
gonna
big
come.
state, right? So as soon as whenever that happens, if that happens, if they pass it, but I know they brought it to the front. If that starts happening, this is where y'all kids is gonna be going to school at. Like, there's no more in school suspension or bad or detention. That's where they probably gonna go. Like, this shit is sickening. Y'all not even paying attention to who's like running your state. The governors, y'all not paying attention to these things y'all really need to. That shit scared the shit out of me. I'm like, I'm over worried about school shootings and all this. Having like the metal detectors. No, y'all trying to put a jail in the library. Y'all trying to basically y'all talking about funneling the pipeline into jails. Here y'all go right here. Put in the library. That's half of the damn school. Put it over there. What's that gonna look like? Like y'all go ahead.
Nothing. I agree. This is like it's ridiculous.
I can't advocate out here. So if y'all watch this, ladies, don't ask me. I'm not. I can't. I can't. I can't because, like Taylor said, it happens in one state. It's going slowly but surely because it's not the biggest story. That should be on MSNBC News. That story should be on there. That is huge. Maybe not for y'all white people. Y'all don't think
Like
anything of this. But for black people,
they are fat in this whole thing about them trying to, whitewash slavery and act as if it was like a positive thing. Like there was even a clip of someone on the news talking about freaking the Holocaust and talking about like, oh, but they learned stuff. Like they are trying to bring fascism. Like they are trying to take us back. Like they are trying to do
this
some
is
evil shit. And they will start any group that they go after, if they go after trans people, you will be next. You will be next. It doesn't matter. They can always come up with a reason for other people to not fucking matter. So
this is the thing
you
that
need
makes
to
me mad,
like
right?
all people fucking matter. Y'all need to stop with this trying to
Going against
separate and act like no, we these people matter because they will come after you next.
guys, please, please
And
talking to
that's
black
what because
people.
that's what they're doing.
Our people, please, y'all gotta stop going against each other. Y'all really just making it so damn easy. Like this shit don't make no damn sense. It's really sickening. Like I just said about that school thing, white people don't think about it as anything. Black people that are out here, y'all need to really pay attention to that. Like y'all need to really pay attention to that.
Because
That is
whose
terrible.
kids are most likely going to be in the detention centers?
And to make it right or to make up a lying excuse to lie on your kid to go put them there. And any little thing, oh yeah, you need to go to another way to just to bring cops into school,
Because
just to be watched.
we're already like criminalized, and but as kids like they're already punished more, and black kids are already punished more and seen as more adult and as they're more responsible for their decisions because people think that they're more like adult. So it's just that those will be the kids that will be in those detention centers, and that's what's already been happening. Honestly, that's why we already
Already. Literally.
have
The rate
like
nobody talks
the
about the
rape
jail
of
rate
kids.
in the criminalization of black children, especially black
Yeah,
boys. Nobody talks about it, but it's
yeah.
super high. And then on top of this thing that Taylor just talking about, the whitewashing, I think it's in Florida, if I'm correct. See how quickly Florida then they're doing that. Look at Texas. Oh, let's put the detention centers in the libraries in high schools. They already working. Yeah, black people, y'all are not paying attention at all. The thing that makes me mad about that whole Florida situation with Mr. DeSantis, dumbass, that's over there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Taylor remembers growing up. They barely even taught us shit as kids in Black History. It was that February, and they talked about George Washington Carver, peanut butter, Madam C.J. Walker Hare, and Dr. Martin Luther King. They ain't talking about
I
nobody else.
had a
But
black fifth grade teacher. I had a black fifth grade teacher
oh,
who
yes, you
like he
did.
showed us
Yes, you did.
roots,
Yes, you
and
did.
like
Yes, you
yeah,
did. The most.
so
Hey, me and
we
Taylor went
saw
to
that.
the. I mean, we didn't know each other, but we went to the same middle school and
That
whatever
was it.
elementary, whatever elementary. Sorry, elementary. And again, I didn't know Taylor then, but that teacher, when I was there, the latest teacher in the school, everybody wanted to be in her class. She was the class next to me. We heard the fun they had, like literally heard the fun they had, like. But
No, but
yeah,
yeah,
like
I
for them to,
definitely shout out to the black teachers because I definitely had a couple growing up. So
I had
I
one
think,
in the middle school. She was a math teacher. I don't know if you ever seen her. She'd always like roll in her chair, like she'd never really get out of
oh
her chair.
yeah,
Oh my god, her right, love her. But nah, yeah, them to even try to whitewash it and take certain things out of what they're already teaching us, which is not really anything. Minus what Taylor taught in fifth grade. But like in other classes, they didn't teach us anything. So the fact y'all trying to rewrite it and do whatever y'all want to do, like this, they're saying what y'all want to teach it to them is crazy. Because I don't even know what are y'all even telling them at this point.
yeah.
But yeah, we're really passionate about these topics, guys. We're over time.
I
I'd love
know
to
it was
talk to you
like
some more. I know we're
yes,
definitely
but
gonna keep.
we did get cover a lot of topics.
We covered everything. We know.
Yeah,
Only thing we didn't cover, guys, was the UFO thing. And if you feel like it, we'll just make that a separate thing, break down the clips, because
no
that is
one
very
cares
interesting.
because we got to pay bills and
We
everyone's
got to pay
busy.
bills, And on top of that, government, y'all think our mouths are going to be on the floor? We already thought that there's aliens here. The fact y'all said it and brought it, like, the American people are
I
going to go
never really
crazy.
understood like the whole it has to be top secret because I'm just like, what are we as working class people gonna do about aliens being here? Like, unless they're
Like,
gonna
if they take
like land and chill with us, like, what are we gonna do
or
about
or
that?
wipe every or wipe everybody out, and guess what? Y'all rich people getting
And
wiped out too.
please, can you wipe us out? I'm done. I'm sick of paying bills every fucking month. Please end us.
Everybody got that. Everybody got that on Twitter. Like, rent, dude, they coming. They taking care of us or what? Because we don't really care what they got going on.
Yeah,
Top
like
secret,
unless
y'all.
you helping us out.
It was like Taylor. It was like it's top secret. It was like, were they human? And he was like, no, they weren't. We were like, okay. Dave Chappelle been talking about this for years, guys. He did a skit about it. Anyway, we don't
Yeah,
care.
ready.
So never mind, guys. It's not going to be bonus content because we don't care. Like Taylor said, we don't care until
I
y'all
just
see
want us to
something on the
them to
news.
wipe us out, or at least
Wipe
wipe
them
the
out. Y'all
government out, wipe
wipe
out
the government and the rich people out.
corporations. That's what I'm
Wipe them out.
hoping. I hope they're here to
I know
save
y'all
us. I
watch.
hope they've been seeing like these people have been struggling. They
Hey
need
Tay,
help.
this why they got him. This why they got him locked up. They got him locked up.
Hmm.
Aliens came down to wipe out the rich. They like, hold on now, lock them up, put them somewhere in the lab.
Yeah,
Don't let them go. We trying
and
to
they
kill
said y'all
us.
bringing out y'all ships up in here and stuff. Y'all flying up here in our space. Like, no, get them,
They
please.
taking names and faces. Government taking names and faces. Playing games. But anyway, thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all
Thank
for
y'all so much
subscribing.
for subscribing. So this is gonna drop. Y'all know
Yes.
we do every Wednesday. The next episode y'all see is gonna be a special one. We got something.
Hey,
We got something special
hey,
for y'all. Can't
special
tell y'all a
fish.
lot. Special for real. It's gonna be exciting, guys. Thank y'all. This is episode 10. Comment, like,
Comment, like,
share,
hey.
post, showing love. But it's my A.
Because we said it at the same time. We literally said comment,
Oh,
like, at the
drink, show me a
same time.
soda. We lit. We're so excited for this, guys. You guys really been showing us love,
Yes, because y'all been
support.
supporting, showing us love.
I've been
It's been
supporting a lot.
amazing.
Guys, all we do is text each other every time we get a new subscriber or like a
Yes.
follower. That's all we do. We never talk. We be like a new subscriber, like, oh my god, like that's all we do, guys. The
Yeah.
most exciting thing ever. So we really do. Best with y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting us. We're gonna always keep dropping content. Try to give y'all more different topics to talk about. But this is episode 10. Your two favorite hosts, Exties
Hey.
Podcast, and we will see y'all next time.
Eyes, and it's hanging on your tongue, just boiling in my blood. But you think that I can't see what